All right, guys. Hello. What's going on?
We are live, baby.
We are live. You're a little shaky.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you, but it's cutting in and out. Real
Let's try it now.
still bad.
Still bad? You can't hear me? Nothing? Nothing?
Maybe
Nothing?
if you take yourself out
Let's see.
and come back in. You guys, we have some technical things going on today because we're getting the basement done. So Chris is not in the basement as usual.
Yo, yo.
Still going out.
Still going
But we're
out?
gonna we're gonna get it right though. So yeah, that's what's going on today. We have our basement getting work done. So he's outside. He's outside in the Florida room. I'm inside as usual. So welcome you guys. I'm gonna try to get us started and see if Chris can figure out the technical difficulties. Welcome to Love Lockdown, the podcast. If you guys are brand new, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're listening or where you're watching from all over the world. If you guys don't know what Love Lockdown podcast is, it is where my husband and I, or maybe just me today, we discuss relationship advice that perfectly works for us. So if you guys are just joining, make sure that you are giving us a shout out and also telling us where you are from because we love hearing where everybody is from. Helps us out a lot. Being able to hear and see where you guys are located because it gives us some information. There, we have you yet with the sound?
Can you hear me?
Clear.
Good.
Good. We're good.
Just wanted to
But
make
don't
sure
worry,
we're
I
good.
had us. I had us,
Hey,
man.
I heard you the whole time.
You
You handled
did?
that like a G. Yep.
Thank you. See,
So
this is what it is. But yes,
look,
so welcome. Welcome to your
now we
show.
got that intro out the way.
Welcome to your show, guy.
It's about to go down.
Today should be a
Cause
really fun day. Hmm.
yeah, make sure y'all sounding out where y'all from today. You know how we do. My auntie's in the building. Hey auntie, what's going on? Uh
That's
Britt Brat saying
me.
hi to everybody. I see you coming. James is in the building. Ypsilanti in the house. Texas is in the building. LA is in the building.
Thanks, Smooth. Appreciate it.
Ohio is in the building. Listen, shout out
Yes.
to, let's stop right there. Shout out to Ohio.
Yes.
You kind of let us down not too long ago, but you stood on all 10 toes last Saturday and showed up with half a team, uh, beat them down real bad. And then you got your rivals on the other hand who decided not to show up this week.
What are
But
you gonna
that's neither here
do?
nor there.
That's
Y'all make
not.
sure y'all tune into the Big Ten Championship.
We appreciate you all, though, also that give us shout outs and tell us whether or not you can hear us. You guys also help make the show come alive because you let us know when we're having some difficulties. So appreciate you guys. We've got some YouTubers, some Brat Squad members right here. Raise the roof.
Brett
I
Squad's always
said
in the
not
building.
that.
It is
Yes.
season 3, y'all. If y'all are not aware, it's going down today. And today's topic is super very controversial in some sort of ways, but also hilarious to some people. And just to be honest, I think altogether fun for us to talk about uh is toxic relationships.
Yes. I don't think it's funny at all, but I don't think it's funny. But yeah, I guess some people get the humor out of it, and some people enjoy it. So we'll definitely be discussing that today. And if we do our everything right and play our cards right, we should be having a special guest, someone that you guys have seen before, but someone that's always so refreshing that it seems and feels as if it's the first time. So we should be having the sis, Miss Aisha Davis, joining us today very shortly. Hopefully, oh, there's sis right
Oh,
there.
hey.
Hey sis, can you hear us? Okay,
Yes, can you hear me?
wonderful, wonderful.
Great.
Welcome back to the show. You
Thank
know,
you.
you're the first
Congratulations
guest.
on season 3.
Season
Thank you.
3.
Season three, y'all. First guest of
Speak and
season three. Last guest of season two. How does it make you
Okay.
feel?
Like a celeb. No, I'm just kidding. I am honored every time I get asked to come back. I'm like, man, they really like hearing me talk crap. That's
We
cool.
do.
Like,
We do, sis. We really do. We appreciate because you're like that perfect, you know what I mean, middle ground. Because you're like, you know
thank
what I'm
you.
saying? It works out perfectly, y'all. So
Thank
yes,
you.
There's
yes.
Britt, there's me, and then there's AD. Somewhere in the middle.
Wow.
Listen, so because of season 3, we got AD on here. Listen, this show is powered by Luke Belair. And if you don't know what that is, take a look here. Brittany has that pretty pink bottle today. I am
Yeah.
drinking the rum that they have,
Oh, wow.
which is bamboo, nice and frozen by itself. Perfect rum.
Delicious.
If you guys haven't tried it, the XO is good too. I'm pretty sure Miss AD has something over there in her cup because she always does.
I do. I did not have a chance to go get any Bel Air, so that's on the docket for this weekend. But I do have something in my cup.
And that's
Yeah,
all that's
that's all
important.
that matters. That's all that
It's been
matters.
a long week. So we all need to after the podcast, we need to stay back and
Just
I'm telling you,
unwind.
just unwind. I'm telling you. So for those of you who don't know, I've been doing Vlogmas every single day for my YouTube channel. That means I am literally filming myself every single day and uploading a video every day. It's exhausting. On top of the fact that we've got the business, the podcast, and yeah, so the drink is great. Bel Air, thank you. You guys make make my life complete because this is something I've had like every night.
Yeah, and we love our
Nightcap.
sponsors around here. So I think this is a perfect time to tell everybody about our other sponsor, which is MrsKisses.com. And
Mrs. Kisses.
if you don't know what MrsKisses.com is, I'll let Britt tell you because if I tell you, you'll go out and buy
Yeah.
one today.
Did you see how nervous I got? Because I thought he was about to get into
He's
it.
about to say.
He was about to get the titty slinging and stuff. I don't have time today.
Listen.
Don't have time. But yes, you guys, check out Miss Kisses Bra. It's actually the perfect bra tool. Not necessarily a bra, a tool. It gives you that perfect natural lift if you don't want to wear a bra. Kind of makes the girls look good. It's backless, strapless. Gives you some good things. Perfect for formal events. It's perfect for a night out at clubbing. I don't know, you guys club anymore? I was about to say club, but like
Aren't they
that doesn't make
closed?
sense right now because we got this virus going on. So
Yeah, I think they're closed.
if you want the girls to sit up and look good for a Zoom call,
Listen,
MrsKisses.com.
if you want your titties sitting high,
See?
Look,
go out and buy.
unnecessary.
Oh, but it rhymed though, so that was
Listen,
cool.
they
I like the
need
rhyme.
to let me do the commercial.
You got a jingle?
Yeah, I'll be in there like my man's from Popeye's Chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember when he walked in the door and he was singing? That'd be me.
Ooh, baby.
I like boobs just as much as he likes chicken. So I think we'll be
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Sound like you got a job.
I suppose. Well, let's get the show started off right, y'all.
Yes,
Let's get
so
off.
you guys have loved this little thing that we do here called current events. So we kept it going. Miss AD, this is where we go through and we talk about the current stuff that's going on. I'm pretty sure you are aware of that already. But for the
Okay.
people who are listening for the first time, we will be telling you what's going on and allowing you to comment as well. So if you're out there and you're listening, you're watching live, make sure you're sharing this broadcast so your friends can take part as well. So, first current event. Anybody want to take a guess of what it might be?
There's so much going on.
Yeah, give me a hint.
I don't know him myself, so you know what I mean. Like he chose this week, so
gunshot.
It's about Meg.
it's about
Okay,
me.
that's a good guess.
That's a really
dang,
good
it's
guess.
not.
I forgot all about that one.
That's
I
all I be
forgot
thinking
all
about.
about Meg.
Yeah, we let that one go.
It's that singer. It's a singer that just shot someone
It is that singer.
accidentally.
It is
All
that
right.
singer.
What singer?
It is that singer. So look, give the backstory, Britt, while I try to bring up this photo because clearly it's not working today. But give the
Okay.
backstory on what is her name?
I think it's like something Marie because I thought it was A Marie at first, and I was like, but it's someone. It's an R&B singer, and I guess what happened is I don't know if the cops just came in, heard a gunshot, whatnot, but there is a young fella that they found in the hotel room, okay, bleeding, and she accidentally shot him in the head. It's an accident, but I've heard that there were like 3 shots. So I'm like, I don't know if that's an accident type
Anne
deal.
Marie, yes,
Yeah.
Okay, I did see this.
Listen, and I thought this was a good topic because we're talking about toxic relationships. So, I mean, first, let's stop the train here first. So
Okay.
this girl calls the cops, shoots her. Well, I'm not going to. Allegedly, the gun fell off the counter and shot her friend in the head. She was naked in a robe. The cops said that she did not have any tears, but she was hysterical. But they also found other rounds in the room as well as other bullet holes in the door. So it wasn't just one shot.
So she called the cops. She called the cops on herself?
Yes, she called the cops on herself. I actually listened to the 911 call. Pretty crazy.
So yeah, so that's not an accident. She probably thought calling them was going to make it look like
she didn't do it.
I don't know who she is though. She's too pretty to be so angry. Why is she like this? Look at that mugshot.
Yo, edges are laid in the mugshot though. Like, let's keep it real here. Whatever happened in that room started toxically 2 years before the actual event.
That's probably true. Man. Okay, so wait, I guess I never read like the actual story on this. So she allegedly shot him in the head.
Well, he had a gunshot wound in the forehead that exited his temple. But there were other gunshots in the room as well. You know, she's claiming that the gun fell off the table, discharged, and shot him in the head. In the head. While she was naked in the bathroom, I guess.
I just wanted to make sure I got what was going on. Okay, I got it. Okay.
That's it. Yeah. That's right. You got it. You're trying, I feel like you're trying to figure it out, like something like I would try to do.
I'm trying to process it so that I can because my favorite thing, I love to play devil's advocate. So I'll try to figure out is it possible for it to fall off and hit somebody in the head? Maybe, I don't know, but it's not. I don't know enough about guns. Let me just say that, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She shot this dude.
So cute.
Okay.
Yeah, that's adorable.
What did she shoot him for? And he was 24. I don't know how old she is, but she looked like she might be crossing 30.
Children. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but listen, that's the seriousness behind toxic relationships, and I thought we would start with that because everything else will pretty much seem lighthearted after somebody gets shot in the head.
True.
So,
I've also heard too that she was fake crying, like tears weren't actually falling down. She was hysterical, but guy, you know what I'm saying? Like she didn't have the WAP tears.
Oh, so she was acting.
Yeah,
but not well. You know what? Allegedly.
Listen, you're innocent until proven guilty. You know, I'm looking forward to see more on this case because it's pretty interesting.
Too. Now I want to know. Dang, sis, what happened? Well, she in jail, so anyway.
We'll hear more about it. More the truth will come
this is from Love Lockdown. If you ever get to the point in your relationship where you need to shoot somebody in the head and it takes you 4 shots at close range,
I'll do
it. And you got to call the cops and you didn't even bother to get us, you need to give it up.
You have to.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it shouldn't even really get I've been mad at people before. I've never in my life was like, I'm finna shoot this nigga. Can I say that? Sorry. I'm finna shoot you. I never have had that thought in my mind. I've been very mad at people before. So it's if you're getting thoughts of I'm finna shoot you, I'm finna get a firearm and commit a crime. Yeah, that's your flag right there.
Right there. I'm very happy that you've never had those thoughts.
We got some funny comments about that last one, man. James said that she had gunpowder in her eyes.
Okay.
Andrew said she was Barney Fife.
Oh, Lord.
R&B singers can't act or write scripts. Listen, that is not their jobs, and we are
That's
here to
odd.
say right now, if it ever gets to that point where you even have a notion of that, it's time to go. That's
Yeah.
when love lockdown. That's where we stand with that.
Exactly, absolutely. Just legally too, we stand by that.
Like, really, honestly, like, you don't want no legal trouble like that. You really don't.
Yeah, you're not about to say,
No,
"Oh, Chris told me that." It's the same.
listen,
You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
bro.
Like I have enough on my plate, so.
And
I
if
don't want
you
to
are
be
going,
involved.
and if you are going to blame me with a better plan. Don't you disrespect me?
Yeah.
Because that's not a good plan. Like, I
That
was just gonna
plan
go
was
shoot him.
that plan
That's
was
it.
horrendous.
And I'm a
So
fake
now
cry. That's a terrible plan.
we have
So
another.
listen, we got a few more because we got a new game that we're going to get into too because you're our first guest this week. But the next one is from Brandy from Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if you remember this crazy little chick, but she was with a producer that's very, very popular out in LA. She's one of the most toxic people I've ever seen in my life. So I thought she would be perfect for this episode because she actually went live while her and her guy was getting into it and made it seem like he was physically abusing her.
She did that. Yep.
She also came out with an apology that says, "I am fine. He didn't touch me. I was choking him and fighting him. All he did was verbally abuse me. I'm sorry for going live. I did that to force us to take space. Knowing he wouldn't want to argue on my live, please pray for me. Family, the devil is attacking. For my family, the devil's attacking so strong." I almost could not read that correctly because they done brought God into it.
And there's no period. This is
Oh,
all one
well,
Well,
sentence.
yeah, there is that. You know,
Big
they
run on
always say
energy.
reading is fundamental, but so is literacy. Uh, no, for real. Like, I don't understand how toxic someone has to be before you leave. Like, she says literally in this thing, all he did was verbal abuse me. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah.
that was okay. Like, yeah, he just verbally abused me. I was the
hmm
one putting hands on him. Like, which one of these things is all right?
No, yeah, I have an issue with that. The only verbal abuse. First off, any type of abuse is abuse, and then
Right.
I've heard some other things that I don't know if you guys heard the AI, but I've heard some other things about them before too. So
I'm not big into watching the Love and Hip Hop series just because it's hard for me to follow it, to be completely honest. So I'm not familiar with this young lady or whomever the gentleman is, but this run-on sentence is horrible. But I don't agree with abuse of any kind. Like, should he have been yelling? No, but like, should you put your hands on him? Also, no. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
I really want to send this to mom and have her look this over and edit it and send it back to her so she can refocus. Like, is that bad?
It's
Like,
horrible. It's horrible. It seems forced too. She came live with it. She's the one that brought us into her nonsense, and then all of a sudden she's fine. You know what I mean? Like, so that's
and she never
another
said,
issue.
"Pray for me." She just said, "Pray for my family." What do that mean?
I heard it. The problem I had with it is the child was in the background crying. You know what I mean? There's a baby involved. And then I've also heard that, like, I'm not trying to disregard any type of abuse going on. I have heard that she has done this before and like lied, like literally blew her own arm up and stuff
What?
in the past and went on Instagram like crying and stuff. So I don't know what's going on again, but they don't need to be together. That's the end of it. Like, I'm not about to get in their personal life. I can't tell you who's right, who's wrong. They're both dead wrong, but they need to just end it. It's weird.
Oh my gosh.
People are so.
It's okay.
So mom chimes in and she says, "Yes, it is all caps." That was
It's
the
a
first
run-on
mistake.
sentence and she's yelling.
She's mad, Mom.
I don't like that.
How are you apologizing and telling us to pray for
And
you
yelling.
in all caps?
Don't scream at me. You did it.
Listen, and can we stop here? Just because you're a fool, let's not blame that on the devil. You were a fool before religion came into this whole equation. Like,
Okay, people love to say the devil.
man,
Listen, it's you.
let the devil do his work. Don't give him credit for stuff he ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's killing. I don't understand it. But
I can't stand it. I can't stand when people bring religion, period, in the nonsense, because that's like it's just such an excuse.
It's disrespect.
Yeah, it is. I can't stand that. But yeah, Brandy gets some help. This is strange. Leave your man. Both y'all need to leave each other, really. I don't know how he puts up with her either. I know you know this one.
I do.
Listen, and let me speak on behalf of all the men before we get started. We got 2 women on here today. So on behalf of the men, Larsa Pippen low-key is legend status at this point. We all seen the Michael Jordan documentary and how not smart Scottie Pippen is as a person. So clearly he made a bad decision in picking a wife. But this cougar right here is moving. And she ain't holding up. She ain't holding nobody up. She don't care. She out here. If you married or you not married, you fair game. Mm-hmm. I don't understand this. And now, for people who are listening, the picture is of Larsa Pippen and Minnesota Timberwolves player Malik Beasley. And they sparked dating rumors after being spotted holding hands in Miami. Now, that there'll be nothing wrong with that, except Malik Beasley's married. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's the huge one.
Now, when this was posted, what else made this interesting is that Malik Beasley's side chick came out and posted all of her stuff that he was sending to her. Yep. So obviously he knows how to move silently.
No, he don't. I'm gonna tell you why. You see this picture? He is holding hands where? Miami. Do you know how many people and cameras are in Miami? He didn't care. He did not care.
Nope.
He's tall. Everyone gonna be like, he's kind of tall. He must be some type of ball player. Like you're not being low key. It's the middle of the day, I'm sure. Like, look at those people in the background minding their business. He doesn't care. That's not low key.
Mm-hmm. Listen, this is why I'm saying that he knows what he's doing, though, because he obviously had a side chick that was quiet until this is released. So my question is, what is hopping out of her vagina that's special that makes you walk out and hold hands with grandma?
Well, she is an honorary Kardashian before they let her go, just I think a couple weeks ago. So that's number one.
Let's put that into context. She's been
banished, exiled from the Kardashian family. Yes,
she's been said to have messed with Tristan before Jordan did.
Yep.
Everybody. Okay.
Yeah, so she's just fair game, But the thing is I always wonder when men get caught up like this, if this is a cry for help. Like, did he just want to get caught? You know what I mean? Like, was he just like, yo, fuck it, I'm tired of my marriage. I'm just about to just out like this. You see what I'm saying? Like, this
at that point, you can't. That's what I'm saying. He can't have cared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let me put it to y'all like this. As a man, and I know, from my point of view, I don't know how women think, but hoeing is a young woman's game. She's coming into the hoeing game and taking it to the next level. She's pretty much pulling an Adrian Peterson right now. Like, we try to figure out how she's still moving like this.
Yeah.
I'm about to
I don't know how old she is.
Oh, she's got to be in her 40s.
I think it's 46.
46?
So I don't know that she's hoeing.
Okay, go ahead.
So, boom. She's older. So these younger people, these younger men, they feel like they can learn something from her. Spoil. I mean, it's not about the money. She got money. She been had money. So they can, shower her with whatever they feel like they can do. And she probably in their ear like, yep, you're the only one. Boop, boop, boop. Then she go right back over to Scottie house. And then she right over at Futures. And then right back to Scottie house. She pimping everybody. She's not hoeing.
Oh, that was good. That probably is what it is. She's
I'm trying to tell you.
And she is single. So technically.
It's on an episode of the Wayans Brothers. Sean was dating that older lady, and he thought she was the only one. And then he got that sweater, and he went to the party, and everybody had that same sweater. He found out.
Listen, I know about the cougar pimps out here. They real live and active.
What is she doing? Being live and
but
active.
Live and
but
active.
but yeah, she live and active holding hands in public.
Right, because you got to
That
make them feel like they're special.
I know pimping ain't easy, but it also ain't cheesy. I don't, you know, that's a whole different another type of pimping where you just out in public get paparazzi pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird to me. And
Yeah.
then like you only targeting people with money. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
I mean,
the
because she
difference.
got money. She not about to go talk to
She started.
Buddy up the street.
Okay. I dig
I
that.
mean,
And she claims
I
she didn't know.
mean,
She
I
claims
mean,
she didn't know he was
and she
married.
might be. You don't know
that's
that.
what I'm
They're just not
saying. Like
talking
you
about that
know, and
because
Buddy
we
up the street
just
might not got enough money to hold hands.
right. Okay, it's levels.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's levels to it. But I'm just trying to figure out what she's doing special with all these young women out here because we can get on Instagram right now and there's a lot of abs and asses going on. And
Yeah.
you 24-year-old Malik Beasley in the NBA, and you got your choice. It's basically pay and pick 'em at this point. And you choose Larsa Pippen.
Yeah, because she a vet.
Listen,
It's
it
just like
it
drafting.
must be a midget coming out of that vagina
She might be paying for
doing something
everything too. You
special.
don't know.
Because
Hey.
if
But
I'm
she
gonna be
claims that
holding,
she didn't know he
if
was married.
I'm gonna be holding
Okay.
hands with any
Yeah.
of them, it ain't gonna be the cougar.
I mean,
But you're also not his age either. If you were, how old is he? 24?
24. He's a kid.
That young men love that. Like that's like, you know what I mean?
If I was his age, I wouldn't be holding hands with anybody.
Well, not holding hands,
Well,
but I'm
he's
saying
married,
the appeal.
so.
Yeah. But the appeal of older women to young men is like, that's it. You know
It's
what I'm
huge.
saying? At 24, are you serious? Like that's G
Yo,
status.
these comments are out of control.
To
So
see
Tristan
him.
said he was incognito with that mask on. Listen,
Sure wasn't.
I don't know who he thought his 6'7" ass was hiding from,
Sure wasn't.
but that didn't help out at all.
Sure didn't.
Mom said her son had a good response to her, and he was more of an adult than she was in his response. James put a good point on here. He says Larson's competing with Lori Harvey for the spotlight. Now listen, this is exactly what I was saying. If I had to pick, this ain't even a tough choice. We're not even. What are we doing here?
But Lori's also young.
We're gonna have to go
She's
rewrite the
single.
bylaws of the National Players Association because these motherfuckers got the game fucked up.
But Lori doesn't have children.
Right.
Lori hasn't been married. Lori's living her
Lori
life
picks
right
you,
now.
okay?
She
You
picks
don't
you
pick Lori, she
exactly.
picks
So
you.
And
you
Lori
have
don't
it.
know what broke is. Ain't never known what
Never known
broke
it.
is.
Won't never know what broke is.
Right.
Nope.
So
And if she did, she's a dumbass. She figures it out because I'm a little concerned if she does. So.
Tristan says, learn like August, learn from Jada. I think Aisha Davis is on to something here. Look,
I've been trying to tell y'all.
you got fans. They say she pimping, but James said pimping ain't easy.
It is easy.
I be knowing a little something, okay? I be knowing.
Listen, I'm gonna have to let that one go because we could talk about that one all night. But these Cougars out here making plays. That's all I'm gonna leave that at because that's a new part of the game that's just new to me. These dudes is weird.
It's all toxic. It's all toxicity.
It's
So
all
that's perfect.
toxic. It's all
Goes with what
toxic.
we're talking about.
Change your
today.
last name first, Larson. Take the Pippin Empire on your pimping empire.
You and these little jingles you got going today.
He's on one today.
My friend actually wrote this one, so I thought this was hilarious, and I needed to use this today. Shout out to my friend. She said I could use it. But she said, dudes be killing me lying about having girlfriends and wives. Listen. Okay, I'll let y'all go first because I got my own opinion of this. So don't all speak at once.
Well, okay, to me, I just feel as if not her necessarily, but I have seen this posted by a few other females that just like attention. So sometimes it's hard for me to believe that this is really happening in their inboxes and going down because it's just like, are you just saying this because you want this attention or is this really happening? You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it. I'm gonna let Aisha take this one. I'm gonna let Aisha take it.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Guys are easy, okay? you put up a picture of you looking cute and they message you like, you looking nice. And you're like, oh, thanks. What are you up to? They in your inbox for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
That all it takes is one response. So you probably responded to them and you're probably also encouraging that. So, I mean, I feel like it's probably a 50-50. Some people are egging that type of behavior on in their inbox or whatever. And then some niggas like Malik Beasley are just, they don't care.
Mm-hmm. There you have it. I also feel, okay, go ahead, Grace. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, we're going to jump back to, you got the single screen. Okay. Make it happen.
I was just going to simply, I'll make it quick. I was just simply going to say that a lot of people that I do know it really does happen to don't share it. And so, you know, I feel when you have the time to share it, again, it's just attention seeking. You can take it now. That's all I'm going to leave it at.
Listen, so dudes be killing me lying about having girlfriends and wives. There's two sides to this, and I've been on the dudes lying about having girlfriends and wives, not wives specifically, but the girlfriends part. Been on that side. So there's two sides to this coin. If you keep attracting dudes like this, then you, my friend, are a jump off. Because if a man feels as if he needs to lie to you about having a girlfriend or, you know, a wife or something like that, which means that he never really plans on making you either of those things. You, my friend, are a jump off.
Talk to me.
Also, you know, and I'm not even taking a single screen on this because it's unnecessary. I want people to see these words. If you keep falling for this, you, my friend, are a jump off.
Play the organ. Come on.
At some point, you got an ID check with all this Facebook and Instagram and Google search that we got going on right now. Shoot, for $40, you can find out anybody's background.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Anyways,
like, at this point, if you keep falling for this, you're the problem.
Okay. All right now.
Come on, ownership.
Yeah.
I like it. Listen,
we got people in here. You got fans in here, Ace. You got fans in here. And see, this one was real easy for y'all to team up on me on, but that's cool because we're moving on to the next thing. And the next thing won't be so easy. So, Britt, would you please explain our new game that we play for our guests?
Aisha, this one you're going to love, all right? So pretty much you're going to have to explain to us.
Okay.
What did we name it?
Hold or fold.
Hold or fold, if you will. So I have this time around, I chose these people, right? And you're going to have to let me know in a room with them alone, would you hold or would you fold? Meaning, would you stand your ground or would you drop? You know what I'm saying? Would you drop those panty drawers? So here's the thing.
Okay. Got it.
We can play because you're. I don't want to put your business out there, but are you a single gal right now?
We'll say yes.
Okay, we'll say yes. All right. So let's imagine you're not single. Let's just imagine you're not single, right? And so you're going to tell us that if you weren't single, would you be able to hold your own with these men in the room with you? Period. So I selected some.
We're not taking it easy. We're not letting you fence ride. We ain't doing none of that. This is the part where you got to earn your keep.
Y'all, my hands is kind of sweating. I'm a little nervous.
What you nervous?
What you nervous about?
As you should be.
Because I already know what's happening, so I'm gonna okay.
Yeah.
I already got a fold tucked in my back pocket, so go ahead.
Yeah. But I'm like,
you already have a comment that said you took too long to answer. So listen,
it's complicated. Okay.
For all of my females out there who are watching right now, I know we got a good female base that's live. If y'all want to take notes and put y'all holds or folds in the comments so we can make those as well, that would be wonderful. We would greatly appreciate that.
Yes. Help me out.
Let's get started.
I'll help you out, sis. But I selected these young men, so or older men. Some of these fine gents I have selected. So we'll get
Okay.
our first one going and see how you feel. So we'll
Okay.
see how it is, especially since I know you so well.
So for the people out there listening, the first picture we popped up was Peter Piper
Tom.
Pumpkin Eater from Love and Housewives of something.
He's from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I do know who he is.
See,
Everybody
you was
knows
lying.
Peter.
Says you be watching them
No,
shits.
I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. I've watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta because I think Nene is funny.
There
Okay,
you go. So two completely different networks. Don't try to hold her like that. I see what
Okay.
you're trying to do.
Okay. What?
No, it's not VH1. It's Bravo. So
Because I'm
Listen,
classy.
bravo. We're gonna stop all of the beating around the bush. If you were in the room with Peter Pumpkin Eater, would you be able to hold or fold?
Hold.
Oh, we got one hold.
Sorry, Peter.
Can we get an explanation, please?
Yes, please.
Older men really aren't my thing.
Oh, that's what I'm talking. Listen, because you know your sister has a
No,
different outlook on things.
I won't even gonna go.
If you gray, you in play.
You need
She said
we need a tally of how many rhymes we could do.
You just doing the most, and I'd like to just say that she said she already knew, so you didn't have to set out that rhyme that time.
If you gray, you okay, or something like that. Sorry, that's my only rhyme. That's it.
I like my men legal. Yes, I just like to make sure that I'm not acting like Larsa around here. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the problem. You see how you messing with me for liking older gentlemen, but just a minute ago you were like, "Yo, Larsa."
Listen, so
what's Larsa doing?
Let's pop up the next one.
I did this for you.
So who is this dude?
That's Blue Kimball. If anybody remembers it was 2 episodes. That was the last 2 episodes I was on. I did mention Blue Kimball.
Okay. Yes.
So can we get an answer? TikTok.
You're watching. Go ahead.
Fold.
Blue might be watching. You're what?
Oh, what?
It's a fold. Yeah.
Oh. Can you say that louder for the people in the back?
It's a fold, and he is older than me. I think he's like 36, 37. So I don't mind a little older, but not.
Okay, so we not making sense here right now. Mm-hmm. But please tell me the difference between him and Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Peter is like my father's age.
Okay.
Blue's not.
Okay. All right. But what happened? Because Blue was just shouting him out last season. So, I'm trying to get where we are with this. Okay.
First and foremost, like I said earlier, it's like kind of complicated. So, it's really her fault. If she wouldn't have had me watch that show, I would have never knew who Blue was, and we wouldn't even be here. It's her fault.
I'm going to try to say her name for the people who are listening and not watching live. Angel Anastasia.
You did good. It's Angelica. So
Angelica, yeah. Hey, girl.
I'm like 3 stars in Mexican, so I'm almost there in Spanish. But she said you better say it with your chest. Fold.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
But somebody said next caller. So listen.
I'm just confused because
I'm so confused here. So you're saying that the age only matters when they get around your daddy's age?
Yeah. So, in my history of like dating or relationships or whatever the case is, the oldest person that I've dated was only, I think, maybe a couple years older than me. I don't really go past that. So like if I'm in my 30s, which I am, and you're in your late 30s, I think that's okay. I don't know about 39 because that's kind of pushing it. But like 38 and below, that's cool. But once we hit 40, 50 up there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. If you can go get, the senior citizens brunch, I'm not so sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know if I want to do that. So
listen,
even though it is discounted,
but you was just standing in trees for Larsa.
That's different. She is older and she dating younger. I understand that.
I just feel
Okay.
like I don't know you
So it's about the
right now.
perspective. It's not about, so it's
No,
different rules to different things, is what you're saying.
No. Like
I'm
for
just confused.
me, I normally date people who are younger than me or around my same age group.
Okay, all right. Here's the
So
thing, though. Here's the thing. I feel like we are strangers right now because I posted him. I thought I was doing you a favor. Thought it was gonna be an
the other
immediate.
thing, girl, he posted that he had a bae.
There we
So
go. There we go, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
is
There's
that
the
so
answer.
is that a turn
That's
off or is
it.
that a turn on?
She's
oh,
turned off by that. I was
I
trying
don't
to
get
figure it
into
out.
people's stuff. I don't get in once you do that.
Oh, listen,
She's turned
I'm gonna
off.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you the if I had known back in the day when I was before I was collecting pension about this here wedding ring, I would have been wearing a wedding ring in college. So I
Yeah.
don't understand how does this work? What are y'all talking about?
She's mad he has a bae. She was just
Yeah, but
she
that
was
means
just
he's
poster
capable of
girl
a
for last
relationship though, right?
season. She's not a homewrecker. My sis
Come
said
on.
what she
Come
said.
on.
Listen,
I
that's
said
what
what I
she's doing
said.
right now.
I'm respectful.
She's
It's the
respecting this
holidays.
man. Period.
I'm so confused.
That's
I mean,
it.
he's still fine though. Like, let's not.
But
There you
I mean,
go.
you did say fold.
I did say fault.
You did say fold. Let's keep it there. So we'll move on to the next one because at the end of the
But I
day,
knew it was something. I did know it was something.
Yeah,
That's how well I
he
know
said he had
you.
a bae, and she real pretty too. I was like, dang. Okay.
There
Anyways.
you go. But sis, you're real pretty. But you're not a home wrecker.
Right, but I'm no homewrecker.
It's that easy.
listen,
Mario
sis, wreck homes until you get your own.
Okay. What's that? 4-5 run?
Tear them motherfuckers down.
I remember when
AC
your
Slater
sound
up
wasn't
here.
working at the beginning. I wish it still.
It's a hold for me. I'm not a Slater guy. No thanks.
Okay.
I didn't expect
Britt, what
that
about
one.
you?
No, yeah, that's a hold for me too. There's something.
Okay, so this is a team pick because we wanted to talk about how he's like resurfaced on everything.
He's everywhere.
The thing about him, he was
He's
like
everywhere.
a host on like Entertainment Tonight or something like that.
He's everywhere.
Mario Lopez stay with a bag. That's one thing he can do.
And he's back being AC Slater on
Saved by the Bell.
again.
The new Saved by the Bell's off the chain, by the way, guys. If you haven't had a chance to watch it on Peacock, you need to because it's good. I said cock, but Peacock, it's good. No, I know the Bel Air starting to kick in.
Okay.
So yeah, no, he's everywhere. He's about to be the new what is he? KFC.
Oh, the Colonel thing. Is that a real movie?
No, yeah, it's supposed to be real. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
So he's gonna be
bored
like
as heck.
So it's gonna be like the Mexican Colonel?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2020. Things are bizarre.
Did the Colonel run a cartel or something?
All right. Moving on.
Next, because you're about to get
Okay, because I'm just trying to say they real loose with this Colonel thing because Reba was just singing in the commercial as a Colonel.
You know what? She was a pretty good Colonel too.
Yeah, I mean, but we got to get some stability in this Colonel thing.
It's equality. It's Colonel across the board. You know, it's like Santa. It could be whatever you want it to be.
It's 2020, baby.
But we ate a lot of chicken buckets with that old white man on it with glasses.
Was he white or was the picture just black and white?
Yeah, but he didn't have no color. The bucket was red.
He was just light skinned. He was just light skinned. He's albino.
He was older too. I think they're trying to just, hype it up a little bit.
Spice it up a little bit.
Whatever. But yeah, no, I didn't expect this one. I thought this would be a whole. That's how I know you with that one. I knew Blue. Blue was the only one that you stuck me on. I believe we have one more.
We got two more, but we got two. We got comments in here. Rip said that he's a legend. AC Slater is a legend. By the way, he still looks the same as he did because they do flashbacks. He still looks the same as he did when he played AC Slater.
That's Botox, but moving on.
Okay. But I can't say Mexican cartel.
What it is? It is.
Okay.
All right.
Listen. So Tristan said he got to tell Taven because he loves that. Listen, I'm just at a loss for words with AC Slater. He's taking every job they offer him, and get your bag, sir.
Okay, the bag, the money.
He's got a few
I'm
kids
not
and a
mad
wife,
at it.
so you can't be
It's not a
mad.
pandemic, it's a bandemic.
Listen, he not playing with him because that boy said the Colonel, no problem.
Oh, you want it spicy? Got it.
You know what? Next. Here we go. Now this is an easy one, yo. I even know this about you.
Child, this is my boyfriend, y'all. So, yeah, obviously, fold because it's my man. So, whatever.
Okay, so we'll so for people who are listening out there, because I got to keep remembering that this is just not a live, it's a podcast. This is Serge Ibaka pulling up his goddamn shirt.
Yeah, sir.
Britt, you made sure you found a good picture of this.
You sure did, because I never even seen this picture. Where you get this one at?
Yeah, Google. I Googled.
Okay, Google.
I didn't even have to put in Serge Ibaka with shirt off. Like it was just there. So
it must be a very searched photo. Yes.
Hey sis, guess who was being real quiet about this? Say hold or fold, Britt.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
I'm not being quiet. It's just the fact. Aisha and I have come to because it's a long time ago that I was gonna let her have him. We've had this. We've battled for centuries. She wins.
So y'all battled to share Serge Ibaka?
No, we're not sharing. She has him now.
That's my man. Because that's what family does.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at that. Sister love. Black girl magic.
This is real women. This is black girl.
Okay, this is how women solve their issues.
We discuss imaginary men.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's my man.
Don't do that, Chris. Like, what? We got one more, right? Is there one more?
One more. Here we go. We're done with this. But this has been a blast so far. The last one is right here, and I'm pretty sure this will stir up some controversy.
Oh, wow.
M to the E to the H to the T to the HOED.
They call me METHOD, man.
So for those of y'all who are listening, this is a picture of Method Man. Hold a fold. Taking too long, sis.
It's a fold, really?
Oh, fold. Britt.
I love me some Method Man. But this is another reason that I chose this one because I wanted people to see how you and I work well together. You get served, I get Method. Okay, it's that easy.
Right. So if we both say fold, it's okay because I'll just be like, well, yeah, I'll just make sure that we're both in the room so I can just leave.
Yeah, and this is it. I need to refresh people. I need to let people know this isn't like a whole new, like, this isn't new. You know what I mean? It's not because he's on Power now and people are suddenly like discovering dude. Like, Method was like one of my first crushes. Ice Cube, Method Man.
Oh my gosh, my mama loves Ice Cube too.
I loved Ice Cube before, he kind of lost his mind a little bit this year. But so yeah, Method Man.
So James said y'all are better to focus on Chewbacca instead.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Somebody said he looks old fold. Hold. James said Method Man has a lady.
Okay, wait.
Tristan said he's over the age limit.
Okay, that's very true. That's what took me so long.
For you.
I thought about that.
Never trusted you over the lazy eye. So your age limit only applies when you're out of the 10-year window, and because you said the 30s is fine for you.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not even gonna try to pretend to understand this.
Method Man, he's gotta be pushing 50. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
50-ish.
That's another thing that's so attractive.
Method Man was rapping before I was around.
Okay, so that like they say, there's an exception to every rule. I feel like that would fall into the exception category. But for me, normally it's like 35, you are really freaking pushing it.
Listen, Sean said, what did he walk into? If you're just walking in right now, you just miss hold or fold.
What a crazy time.
We go through the new guest list thing that we do. So, Mr. Upshaw, if you come back on the show this season, you will be doing hold or fold.
Yeah, and Chris will be choosing for you.
By the way, y'all, Cooking with Granny Peaches dropped us off the most delicious meal this week. Cake, lasagna, Alfredo, ton of good stuff. Britt has it in her
Fire.
vlog, so go check it out. But she said she will hold on Method Man.
Day 8 vlog from yesterday. Make sure you guys check it out. Food's delicious.
Jay-Z and Beyonce has a 13-year age gap. Sis, you okay that?
No. Not for me. It's nice for the Carters, not for me.
Okay. That's all I want to know. I'm trying
Sis
to get
says she's not taking care of anybody.
Okay, what?
That's what she's trying to get at. Like, she doesn't want your AARP.
No,
you know?
I don't
she
want
doesn't
it.
Want to take you to the hospital
and I don't want like.
That's fine.
So before the pandemic, obviously, sometimes I would go work the door at a bar when they had like parties and stuff like that, and I would always work the old. I always call them the old nigga parties, which is really rude. It was the 40 and up parties. So sorry for saying, but that's what I would always call them when I tell my friends.
Though.
I'm not. So I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go work the old nigga parties and get some chicken. So I would work at the door, and like these older gentlemen would come, and like they play all like the little songs that like older songs that you clean up your house to on Saturdays and stuff
like Hole in the Wall and
yeah.
These last $2.
They play all them old all the old songs, and they'll play like they'll play The Wobble. Like that's like as new as it's gonna get.
That's old people shit though.
Right. Yeah. So they play like some hustly movement songs, and then it's back. They playing throwback jams, Brick House and all of that. Yeah. So they would come to the door and give me their little $10. I was excited. They give me their little $10 and they're like, how old are you? I got a pension. And I'm like, here go your change. I don't want that. I don't want your pension. I don't want to go to eat on your senior citizen discount. I don't want any of that. I don't want that.
So to summarize it, no one older than 35 and don't be married with a bae that Aisha thinks is prettier.
Well, y'all don't have to worry about stepping on each other's feet because y'all playing in two different playing fields. Good God Almighty.
We have parks way down the street.
Man, look. But sis, how far would you go down?
Younger than me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah. You knew what we meant by that question. She said younger than me.
27.
I feel like you're lying, but I'm gonna let you get away with that.
No, that's real because my brother's 26.
Okay.
So you relate people's ages to people you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As do I. I was trying to explain him to that the other day, and he didn't understand it. He didn't get it, but
yeah,
we're the same.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So people are in here agreeing with you left and right. AD today. Brad said older songs.
It's because he old. Don't worry about it.
Listen, I mess with it. Listen, I'll throw some Johnny Taylor on in a second. Don't play with me. Brandon said he'll be a guest if we need somebody one day. Jesus, we won't have a podcast if you come on, dude. We're definitely getting banned from everything. Everything.
Brandon is the Hulk. He would take a whole screen of. Have you seen him?
Yeah, yes, at the wedding.
I don't think we would have. There would be no squares. It would just be Brandon. So
James said Colonel Sanders will be at that club.
He certainly would. And I would take his $10 and let him go right on in.
Well,
so you ain't never take no extra, sis?
No, I had a tip jar, and they would give me tips.
I guess.
Just not my speed.
It's not a thing, I suppose. All right.
Tristan said they play the new songs that sound old too.
They do, because there was a song that was like old, like it sounded like it was back then, but it was like when I Shazammed it was like a newer song. I was like, oh, where they find it? So
well, everything new is.
They be fun though. Don't get me wrong. The parties are very fun.
There are newer, older sounding songs like
everything.
I went home to be with my side piece.
They play that. Newer. That's my jam. To be with my side piece.
Come on, sis, you're killing that too hard. We're gonna get copyrighted.
Oh, that's I know I sound. Let me turn my vocals down. You know what I'm saying?
Brad said they be playing Candy Liquor in there. Listen,
they do. I'm trying to tell y'all, they be.
We're gonna have to get an episode with all the guys.
Yeah,
y'all on here. And
that would be so much fun.
And I'll just have to host to keep everybody on track because it'll be crazy.
Yeah.
But we definitely have to do that for season 3.
That
Yeah,
would be
we've been
wonderful.
talking about it. Yeah, we want to do it like an opposite sex
For those of you
friends
who don't know,
episode.
I'm on here with two women who have mostly guy friends.
We
They're pretty much two dudes, in case you didn't know. They just look nice. So, yeah, but you got to bring the other friends on. They're just as entertaining, if not more.
more
You
truly.
know,
They're a mess.
Brad's a fool. Alex
Yeah,
is a fool. Donnie's a fool.
Mhm.
Listen. We might have to make that a 2-part episode
Ryan,
because it's
we
a
They're
lot
got
of
all a
y'all.
that.
mess.
Yeah,
They're all a
okay.
mess.
Yo,
May happen
R.I.P.
soon.
to R.I.P. to Henry and his stinky breath because
Oh,
he just went missing on us. I don't know what happened,
You don't,
but
you don't get no
oh,
RIPs from me. But
no.
oh, I did.
Block, block, block. We don't miss him. It's all
Okay,
right.
we went too far off
Moving
topic.
on.
Next,
We don't miss him.
on to the real topic. Relationship, sis, please give us a story of a toxic relationship that you've experienced, and Britt, you can follow up.
Okay.
I would say the last serious relationship I was in was kind of toxic. It was. It didn't start out that way. Obviously, it never does. But it got to a point. I don't have it on me, but I Googled it. Like, what are some characteristics of a toxic relationship? And I was just like, wow, check, check, check. So it got to a point where we were arguing a lot. He had me involved in some mess with the mother of his son, just all kinds of stuff. And we were kind of staying together out of like convenience, to be really honest. And I don't recommend that for anybody. So yeah, it just got to a point where I didn't like who I was when we were together.
Mhm.
And I didn't see us progressing the way that I thought we were going to, because in the beginning everything was smooth and we had plans to do other stuff, and then we just it fell apart. And once it got to like a point where I was like, okay, I don't see us progressing. I don't see us going anywhere past this. If we don't end this, we are going to hate each other forever. We should just probably like never speak again. So we broke up. But that was like a couple of years of really toxic behavior. Like I said, yelling, arguing, not getting to see my friends, like mental abuse, just all kinds of terrible stuff. So yeah, that was not cool. And I, in all seriousness, like, we joke a lot on here, but in all seriousness, if you get to a point where you don't even like feel like you know who you are, or you don't like who you are when you're around somebody, it's definitely time to step back and make some changes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Sheesh.
what do you think caused the toxicity in that relationship? That's a big word.
It was good though.
You did
Yeah, I like
good.
that.
Toxicity.
You
I had
paused
to
it,
think
cut
about
it
it.
out.
I think it was a number of things. I think at one point we had the same goal in mind. One of us was just trying to get to that goal a little faster than the other. And also we were in the same work field. So it was very competitive in that nature as well. And I think that played a big part of it also.
Mm-hmm.
So was it an age gap in this relationship?
Yes, but not a big one.
Okay, but
A couple
so you
years.
said the toxicity came from the maturity.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So one
Absolutely.
person was more mature than the other, or both people were immature.
Um, I would say we were both immature. I would say that he was slightly more immature than I was. Not to like big myself up. I'm not some big mature person. I'm not. But I mean, I did stupid stuff too. I did stuff that I needed to work on and work through and all that stuff. But it was not easy to say, hey, this is bothering me. Can we talk this out? Or hey, this is going on. Let's think of a solution together. It was anytime that happened, that felt like an attack. And so he would, get to yelling. I would get to yelling because I don't like to be yelled at. at all.
Yeah. I don't
So
think anyone
you want to
does.
yell, we gonna scream in here, and
Right.
we're just gonna argue. So I wouldn't say like now I'm not arguing. I don't do that. But I'm also much older. This was like 2014 to 16. So this
So
was
that was
a while ago.
that was the most toxic relationship you've been in.
Yeah.
Okay. Britt,
Okay.
you have any toxic
Yeah.
experiences?
I honestly was picking my brain with this one, and I even had to talk to you about it because I didn't realize that I did. Well, first and foremost, yes, with one, but I got out of it so quick that I didn't even realize it was, you know what I mean? Because I saw it and was like, done. We'll call him Evan. We'll just say his name is Evan. He was probably the most toxic that I just had to get out quick. But that was bad timing. That was bad everything. He was very manipulative, weird shit. But probably like the most toxic would be my high school boyfriend because he was older and he was just very much in love, which is strange, you know what I mean? Because you would think it'd be opposite. I was the younger one, so I should be the one that's always trying to party with him or trying to follow him around, but it was the other way around. He didn't want me to go like to Central. He wanted me to go to college with him, which was in a terrible place. Really boring community college, and I was like, nah. Maybe I was the toxic one because I didn't allow it to happen. But I would say that's probably the closest.
You're not about to sit up here and say somebody did not want you to go to college. They wanted you to downgrade to community college.
Yeah.
Go away to community college and say
With
that you're
them.
the toxic person.
Well, I mean,
Look at
I'm
you
trying
being
to
nice.
be. I'm trying to be, because I'm just saying maybe I'm so messed up that I don't allow people to be toxic with me. But I've never had a real toxic relationship because I don't, number one, like allow it. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I'm just not there enough. I don't care, especially when I was young. Like this is like whatever. Peace out.
Listen, now
I'm tough.
I'll give you credit. You probably weren't the toxic person in that relationship, but I was blessed to know you for a long while, and I'm pretty sure you've had your toxic moments because just like me, in my relationship, I was the toxic person. Until I met the person I wanted to be with, I was purposely toxic.
But you knew it. You're aware.
But not because I'm childish and I just want to be toxic. It's because I had a lot of bitches. Like,
yeah, you had them.
period.
He did. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's best to muck up the situation to buy you some time. That was me. I played psychological games that people don't even see coming from a mile. I played all the games. I'll turn a phone off, change a number. I'll do whatever I got to do to make it happen back then. So I was a toxic person. Like I was legit the toxic person, but I'm okay with admitting that because I knew I wasn't ready for nothing serious.
Yeah. No, I just think I'm mean. Like I just feel like I'm like sometimes I seriously take a step back and I think about my personality and how terrible I was. like how much I just didn't care growing up. You know what I mean? Like just never cried or anything like that. I think of even like a bad heartbreak and it's just I don't have that. And it's really sad. I feel like I'm emotionalist sometimes. But yeah, no, I just didn't. Obviously, I went to Central, y'all, so that didn't hold me back. But that's big toxic. That is to try to get someone, especially when you're already there and bored to death. You know what I mean? He was already in college and knew that it was some bull and was trying to get me there. So that's terrible.
Definitely. And look, we got to get some of these comments in here. Tristan said he had a toxic girl at our wedding. Yes, you did, sir. Yes, you did.
I laughed at that comment already.
Listen, if you get out of a toxic relationship, that should be celebrated.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's put that
don't
out
go
there.
back.
Because when you're there, you don't know that you're in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't dawn on you until you're not dealing with it anymore. Take it from the person that was the toxic one.
Mm-hmm.
You probably thought you was in love. You probably thought I was in love, but I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So being the toxic person I am, you probably didn't notice that this dude playing all the games. You know what I'm saying? So it should be celebrated when you get out of a toxic relationship, but you should be on the lookout for the toxic signs. So, and I got a comment here from Music Blends that say, now people think that it's cute to be toxic. And to me, if you want to play mind games and be childish, you want to be single. Listen, speak the
I
truth.
agree.
Yeah.
I think that today's world, the word toxic gets thrown around as a trophy.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm toxic. I'm toxic. Ha ha. I did this to my boyfriend. I threw his PlayStation out the door. I put it in the tub. Let me videotape it and get views. And let me put it here. And I know y'all gonna probably tell me to shut up. But a lot of these prank channels, that shit is toxic.
Yeah.
Because
I don't
because
watch those.
if you willing to
They're not
drown
worth
your
it.
goddamn wife for some views, nigga, you toxic.
Yeah, that's toxic. It's terrible. It's
If you,
toxic. And some of them are
like,
fake too.
most of them are fake. But at the
Yeah.
same time, the ones who are trying to get on and who are looking at that and trying to be channels, listen, if you willing to sell your significant other out for views or subscribers, you, my friend, are toxic.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah.
That's that new generation. Everybody. But that's, and I always talk about even being on YouTube myself, like I've worked so hard to get where I am because it's not, it's so different for me because I've done everything leading up to it to me the right way. You know what I mean? To what you can call it the right way. Because obviously, if I wanted to, I could right now do something just to go viral. You know what I mean? Go naked or pretend to beat him up or something. And yeah, I'll get some subscribers. Like I'll probably get up 1 million in a day, but it's like, is it worth it? You know what I mean? So again, that is very toxic to sit there and beat up a wife or throw away a PlayStation or anything else that you want to do just for views. But the sicker part is the fact that people actually watch it. You know what I mean? The more drama there is these days, like the more people are watching. So it's really it's gross. I don't know what to say about like what's going on in the world, but it's nothing new either. It's just now it's more publicized.
Right.
It's not new though. This has been going on. It's just we have social media now.
Yeah, and let me keep it real with y'all. I think one of the most toxic things that males do is the misogynistic thing. Because I got a thing where I don't argue with women till this day. I'm not arguing with no woman because I'm a grown ass man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give you any scientific reason to why I'm not doing it. I'm a grown ass man. And just to be honest, I only argue with people that have the right to fight if this argument goes too far.
Okay.
That's
That's
it.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
If you can't square up after this argument, what we arguing for?
Yep. But we
You know
also have to teach our young ladies too that you can't put your hands on men either. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the times, it's don't. I see all the boys being raised. Don't put your hands on a female. Are we doing that with our young ladies though? I don't think I see it too often, but we need to because no one should be putting their hands on anybody. Like period. You know what I mean? Because anyone's bound to snap if you put your hand. Like to me, I feel like if you come up, you try to hit me. I don't care who I'm hitting you back. Not even to hurt you. It's just as a reflex. So you have a female, right? All of a sudden, she's at a man. You don't know what he's gonna do. Like we just need to stop. Everything is so toxic. It needs to stop. All of it does.
Yeah,
You shouldn't put your hands on people.
the whole idea of this generation and what they think relationships is toxic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people feel like they need to post their significant others on social media as soon as they meet them. I don't need week by week updates about your fucking dates. Let's get that understood. That's not what I'm here for. Otherwise, when y'all break up, I'm going to need alimony because I was a part of this shit. Like, for real. Like, and I've seen, during the pandemic, I've seen people in and out of relationships first of all, how is that possible? Because you're supposed to be social distancing.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're being too social and not distancing. But at the same time, like, dude, you relationship hopping and I'm seeing it. That's a problem, dude. You toxic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the truth because I feel like I have less stories of me being in a toxic relationship, but I feel like I've been in a million of them with people that I actually love. You know what I mean? Like I've known so many people in toxic. I know people now currently that are in the worst relationships. And I'm just like, dog, this isn't high school anymore. You know what I mean? Shouldn't be in high school, but this definitely isn't anymore. We all need to grow the hell up. Like this is crazy. Super
So,
crazy
so
stuff.
Music Blend says, "See, baby, I will be on a flight to Alabama. I don't argue and all that. I'm gonna leave before I do something. I regret. Listen, you don't want
Yeah.
to end up like Anne Marie.
Okay.
So
Where
you
you
got to get
accidentally
going.
shooting someone in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Don't let it get
Tristan
there.
said, remember when she said she was gonna have somebody pick her up from the costume party, and she was about to have a body laying in front of some street I had to go to? Listen,
How could I
I do
forget?
remember that you were at one of our parties, and she got tired of being at the party, so she decided to get a ride from somebody else. If even if, and I don't give a shit if it's Uber or not, even if she wasn't really going to get a ride, it's toxic to even say that shit.
Let's take a step back too. You failed to forget. You need to add this, bro. The fact that I was up here happy as all get out. You know, had some drink in me, was sitting on my couch chilling, and she came to me with the negativity with it. And I was sitting there like, yo,
What?
like,
What Halloween
like
was this? Where was
I
I?
cannot
Since you
with
was in,
it.
since you was in the wrong area
I
of the Halloween
I
attract.
party
guess.
to
What?
catch this.
That's what I'm saying. You were here too. Yeah, I attract other people's negative relationships. That's why I have a problem with it. I need to get out of these terrible relationships because somehow, if you're someone I love, I always get in it somehow. I don't know. I was just sitting there and I had to hear about it all, and I'm just like, yo, I don't even know you. And get the fuck out of my house because that's bro. So, like,
Listen, my
I
cousin
have a
just said
problem with
right
that.
here, "Amen, big bro. Us Slaters don't argue. Turn that Xbox button on." I don't know what it must be bamboo, but listen, I'm not gonna lie to you because the way we grew up in our house, if you had something to say, you better have some hands to follow it up. Period. So if you don't want to use your hands, or if you don't have hands to use, your best option would be to shut the hell up. Because I had some big aunties. My grandma wasn't little. My mama wasn't little. My granddaddy wasn't little. And we all lived in the same house. And shit, my cousin that we just talking about, he's 6'4", 320 pounds. Shit, if you ain't
Monster
got
truck.
no hands
Monster truck.
and you can't let them bad boys go, you better shut the hell up. That's
Mm-hmm.
how we roll. So arguing with women is kind of out of the question from how I was raised. And it's not misogynistic. It comes off as that because, you know, in the midst of the argument about to start, I'm hitting you with I don't argue with women and I'm out. That's it. And it sounds toxic, but it's really not. It's just
I mean,
my thought process.
I'm pretty sure you say that on purpose though, because you know it sounds like
No,
that.
it's a
Don't let
reminder.
him fool you.
I'm
He
gonna
It's a
knows
say
how to
remind.
get
It's
because
a
you
you.
could
reminder to
clearly just
me.
say I don't argue.
He knows. Yeah, you
No,
can
because I
say
do
that.
argue. I do argue, and I argue loudly and angrily. I argue a lot, but I do not argue with women. I don't
Yeah.
argue. I also don't argue with crackheads. I also don't argue. I don't. It's a lot of people I don't argue with.
Okay.
I don't argue with anybody because
Yeah,
I don't
I used
care
to be a
enough.
master master arguer. I don't argue anymore though. I
I
gave
just
that up
don't.
years ago.
There's something missing in me, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. But I just really wish I cared enough
It's
No,
overrated. No, you don't.
about things to, like I care. Don't get me wrong. I care about the people I love. But other than that, like other people, I'm not about to argue with you. I don't care. It's just,
and I gotta let the listeners know what Tristan is saying right now because
he
we
said
put
I
his
was
business out
finished.
there today. He said that he was so embarrassed and that he
Yeah,
was finished. That was
but
it for him. That was like because I think it was more of the public aspect of it that
Oh,
kind of made him realize how toxic it was because Tristan's not that person.
not at
really
all.
not.
Nope.
Like
And when I
He's
if
saw
really a
him, I
you
super
was
nice
like,
guy.
yeah, if you really want to know Tristan, all he wants to do have a drink, dance,
And
have a
dance.
good time, and go home. That's it.
and
He's not
what?
asking for too
And
much.
have some bomb Halloween costumes. Don't
Oh,
forget.
that's
Oh
true.
yeah,
They
yeah,
be trying to
most
come for my
definitely.
crown. I don't really like that.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all two have been battling for Halloween costumes for years. Um, I'm not gonna try your first name, but Morehouse Burton. She said, I definitely agree with not arguing. How do you progress if you don't argue it out? You wait until both people are ready to communicate. Seriously.
Mhm.
Like arguing is totally different than communicating. An
Mhm.
argument ain't gonna get nowhere. I don't care how much you try, because
Never.
both people are in a state of not understanding anything.
Mm.
You know, and that's a thin line to where you have to make a decision and say, okay, this is communication, this is argument.
Yeah,
You can there's signs you can pick
that's a
up on
perfect
from your
way of putting
significant
it.
other where you know that an argument is coming. If a question comes either too nicely or the question mark is enunciated at the end of the question
Yep.
without it being written, you walking into an argument
Yep.
that you don't want to answer that question. You want to keep it moving.
It's
That's
the truth.
funny.
But yeah, that's a perfect way of putting it because a lot of people think that that means don't communicate, like just leave it alone. That's not it either. It's going to get worse because you guys are just walking away from it. But you do need to figure it out before it gets like up to here. When it's here,
Right.
y'all gotta walk away for a second and be like, "Yo, I'm heated right now. I need to take a minute. I'm about to take some time to myself. We can talk about this later when we're both ready." But at that moment when both are heated, what's gonna happen
Nothing's gonna happen.
other than the cops being called? Period.
So we have a challenge laid down. I know this is COVID, so we're imagining here. But Tristan said that's not your crown. You got to earn that thing,
Oh.
Aisha. And
That's all right.
I'm gonna make a rule as of today, Aisha. If you don't win next year, we're naming the award after Tristan
Oh Lord, that's okay. I already
because
know what I'm about to be
because
for
because
Halloween next year.
you're one down.
Right.
You've won sexy on years that he's won most creative. You've won most creative on years that he did not win.
Yeah, because that first year we only had just one, and they were like, "Yo, this isn't fair." Because some people
Yeah,
are sexy, some people are creative. You know what I
right.
mean? We got to
So
separate the two.
we got to separate the two. So
It's that
uh,
simple.
we'll give you a year to
No, I
tie
already don't
the
worry
ball
about it.
game up.
Don't worry
And if
about
you
it.
don't tie the ball game up, we're going to name the award after Tristan.
Don't worry about it. I'm coming for both.
If you do tie up
There you
both,
go.
the sexy award will have to be named after you because I don't think you have any competition.
Oh, let them know who don't.
No, I don't think
Oh,
so
what?
either. Who
Who
else is?
don't?
No one else has gotten it, have they?
No.
Yeah, people have got only like two
Who?
people have gotten it the years that she won most
I
creative.
think Devo, because
Oh,
you weren't here anymore. I think you left.
Yeah,
No, I don't know what happened.
no. 1 year she got it. She got
well,
most
okay. You know
creative.
what? One year I will say, I don't know her name, but she's light skinned. She real thick. She won, and I was like, well.
She's
That
like
sounds
skinny,
about
real
right.
thick.
I said, oh
Who
well.
is
Can't
That
be
sounds
mad at
about
that.
right.
Can't
Isn't
be mad at that
everybody
one.
I hang out with?
Listen. If that's how you describing our Halloween party, you was actually there.
Yeah, when y'all said who won, I was like, who won? I was all mad, and it was like, yeah, such and such. She was, I forgot even what she was, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
People who are listening that don't know about our Halloween party every year, it's epic.
Big fun.
Because some people might not know, you know what I mean? There's people from YouTube here. Yeah, the Slaters always throw the most epic Halloween party. Couldn't happen this year. But I would just like to say that I love how you two are acting as if nobody else could possibly win this. Other people listening are probably
Y'all about to
confused.
have
They're
people
probably
in
like,
their bags next year.
Don't
people
worry
are
about
like,
it.
how dare y'all? You know what I
Bags.
mean?
Don't worry about it.
Look. We got people in here already saying epic. You already know what it is. Listen, Music Blends gave us a good point. She says she don't argue because she's going to say everything to hurt and make you feel so worthless and won't take it back because I meant it at the time.
I do feel that, but like
Sis, you are toxic.
when I,
All of that whole everything that I'm reading is toxic.
it is, but when I used to argue, I used to be like that, but it would just make me mad because I would be speaking from my heart, and then like later on, I'd be like, dang, I should have said this.
But again,
I missed something.
But again,
now I
you
don't.
shouldn't be with that person if
I don't
you.
argue. Like I really just don't. Like
Yeah.
when I want to argue or when something bothers me, I just take a moment and I honestly I write it out in my notes on my phone and I just get my feelings out. And then I'll go do something else. Like I'll go make something or watch a show or talk on the phone or something like that. And I come back, reread it, assess my feelings, and I'm usually fine. Like I don't argue no more because it's truly not worth it. Truly.
You're too old.
Listen, everybody in here saying epic party. Listen, if y'all
Epic
ever have a
party.
chance to attend a Slater Bash,
Y'all gonna have to live one or
Slaytoberfest,
something.
we're gonna do it bigger than ever next year, so it's gonna be
It's
absolutely
crazy.
bananas.
We've
So
already been planning
we
it.
already got the plans.
Me too.
Stay tuned and stay tapped in with us. You might get an invite. You never know. But just we running out of time here, y'all, and this has been a wonderful topic. But I want to give people some things to take away here. What are some signs in toxic? What are some red flags that you get that you're in a toxic relationship? Because, like I said, it's hard to get out. Let's give people some signs that you're in a toxic relationship. Get out. I'm gonna go first. If you're with somebody, whether it's heterosexual or female or sexual or whatever the hell they call it, and that person is jealous of you, there's toxicity building up there that you don't see.
Yeah, that's strange.
Like if you find them competing with you on the low, like every time you do something, they got to do something, or every time you get accolade, they got to try to big themselves up. You're walking down a toxic road. And a lot of people don't ever see that, but it happens. Go ahead, I'll let y'all jump in because I got plenty of them.
I want to also point out, I don't think this has been said yet, but I'm glad that you said that, because that doesn't just apply to like relationships. That applies to all types of, like, all encompassing. So that's friendships too.
Yeah.
There are friendships that people need to let go. They run their course. It's toxic. And that's a super good example. Like, you're doing something and then you see somebody who's your friend. For one, they're not bigging you up. They're always kind of giving you these backhanded little side compliments. Like, that's not cool.
Let that go.
Or you're doing something and then all of a sudden they're trying to do that same something. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever it's a competition, whether it's like a relationship between you and a partner or you and a friend, like, it's all across the board. So
and I just say that's beautiful. And just to add to that, I would also like to say that I have noticed, even me, I used to do this too. You know, a lot of the time I have people in my life that I known for so long that I try to keep them because we've known each other since 5th grade. Right. But then I realized, like, just because I've known you for so long does not mean that you are still allowed in this space, because we're two completely different people now. And I think a lot of people need to understand, again, a friendship, a relationship, you don't have to hold on to things just because you're comfortable, you feel safe, you've known the person for so long. If it is something that's ruining or messing up how you feel in your life, like, you gotta cut the cord. You know what I mean? Like, it's not healthy to do. I've let go of a lot of people I've known for a really long time, but that's okay too. Like, no hard feelings. I'm not even mad at those people. It's just we're not the same anymore.
Right.
We don't have the same interest.
We're not compatible.
And it's that simple. Like, it doesn't always have to end bad. You know what I mean? Right. It's just what it is. It's life. It's life.
Yeah, and sis, I'm glad you hit on that point, because that's where I was going next. It don't just stop at friendships. There's family members out there who are toxic that you gotta let go of.
You really do.
Motherfuckers toxic. Your family members, pay attention. They'll be on the same tip. They don't want to see you win. And if you do win, you can only win as much as they're winning.
And a lot of times I've noticed, because I did have like a family situation, that can be even really the hardest, because friends, you meet them in your life, whether it's elementary or college, whatever. Relationships, that can come and go. But family, like, they typically know you since birth. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of family members or people that struggle with that type of thing always say, like, yeah, they're quick to throw what I did when I was a kid or back in the day in my face, or remember when you was doing this and I helped. Like, that's a toxic situation, family or not. And
that's horrible.
That's, nobody deserves to go through that.
No. And what makes me even more, like, what I hate about it even more is, like you said, the fact that they're able to point out or pick out or tell you something that they did for you. It's like, how long have you been holding on to this? Because if you didn't want to do it, you didn't have to.
You didn't have
period. To. But for you to bring it up means that you've been thinking about it for a while. Like, this didn't come out of the blue. So then it makes you think, like, how long have we
what
what's
else
been
do you
going
have
on?
going on? Right.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
because this is asinine. You should have just said something. We could have been done. You know what I mean? It's very icky. It makes you feel weird. It does.
Yeah,
It's gross.
I listen. I totally agree with everything that y'all saying. And most of the time, people who are the most topic are the most hypocritical. There are people who will preach things to you, do the direct opposite.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if you are around those people, whether they're family, whether you're with them intimately and sexually, and or just a friendship in general, you gotta let them people go because they're mucking up your space,
Hmm.
and that will take a toll on you by itself. And sadly to say, that's what they intend to do.
Yeah.
They want to become a problem in your life to where you're thinking about them more than you should.
Hmm. And that's sick, bro. But
Hindu had a good point here.
yeah.
Your mama could pick out a toxic relationship from a mile away because your mama probably knows you better than anybody. Um, so if your mama don't
Yeah.
like them, chances are they're toxic for
Yeah.
you.
For you, yeah.
For
Yeah, for
you.
you. Yeah. Because my parents, listen, they've been spot on. There's not a time my parents ever told me something, even when I was growing up, that didn't really happen. So that's the truth.
Listen,
But
and I've never ever had an issue with her parents. Love them to death. Some of the best people in the world. People always
mhm.
talk about their in-laws and all this other stuff. Listen, it, it, if you cross my in-laws, you're gonna have to see me. That's the type of time we on. Like for real.
This man has my
James
daddy
said,
in Jordans and he's saying no cap. Like this
"Yo,
is
Pop
serious.
saying no cap. He dropping twanks on people, and he'll tell you if he dropping a twank on you. Like
This man has
it's
my
that serious."
73-year-old father in Jordans saying no cap. I'm just gonna say it right now.
See?
You don't want to have to see him. But,
James said toxic is when they accidentally drop the gun 3 times and you get shot in the head.
yeah.
Listen,
Yeah. Allegedly.
exactly.
Tracking people's phones, tracking locations.
Oh
Oh,
my
girl.
God. Don't even get into the phone game. That's a whole different
Whole
It
story.
different
is. It
episode. But
is.
The fact that you even want to go through a phone is toxic.
We went over that
We
in the
did.
phone etiquette episode. Go back and listen to that.
Listen,
oh, I love
sis,
her.
I love it. I look at
Look
you
at
promoting
that.
other shows. Look at you.
Cute.
Tristan said when
She
your
did that.
partner words are never followed by their actions. That's the
Oh,
hypocritical portion of it.
I hate that.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not gonna try to say it again. Name, please.
Angelica.
Angelica. Yeah.
Angelica. She said
Okay, come on.
relationships have an expiration date sometimes. I
They
told you I
do.
got 3 stars in Spanish. I watched Narcos and a lot of stuff that you can only read the captions for. So I'm almost there. And Brittany got a lot of Mexican friends, so I'm getting there. Give me a second.
All my friends. All my friends got a little something in them. I'm
I'm
culturally
gonna try this
awkward.
name out just to try my Spanish out. Ursanada Matai.
I thought that was
What
good.
do y'all think? Am I
That's
close?
good. Yeah, I
I
think
would
that
have
was.
said Ursanada.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So she says, what about people who don't support you? I have a lot of my life, like when they want something from me, we're all good. But when it comes to something I love doing, no support at all. Um, I'm gonna take this because this is one of my pet peeves. Um, Nobody owes you support.
Nope.
Let's get that out the way before we get into the real conversation. Nobody owes you support. People always want to say, well, I started a business, I started my dream, nobody's listening to my rap CD. Nobody owes you anything. No, nobody's buying my balloons. I don't want to hear that shit because if you blow the motherfuckers up well enough, people will show up.
Hmm.
Buy them.
That's
Hmm.
If
real.
you rap hard enough, somebody gonna pay. Listen, at the end of the day, nobody owes you anything. So don't take support and put it in there with
Yeah.
the toxicity part.
Yeah. No.
You
Yeah.
might just be trash. And that's a thing that we don't do in today's society. People don't call you trash when you fucking trash. And the problem with that is because we came out with this word called haters. And
Yes.
if you
Yes.
if you disagree with
Yep.
somebody, you a hater.
You're a hater. Yeah.
And the problem is, people might not be supporting, but they also might not be calling you trash when they need to be. So that's support from them on their side.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because you might not be good at what you're trying to do. And if someone gives you Chris, I gotta add on because it's constructive criticism, you know what I mean? Some people take constructive criticism as hating, and it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the same. And look, baby, I'm so glad you was a teacher. You used the word constructive criticism. Fuck that, you trash. And people need to tell you when you trash because it will help you out along your journey. If you garbage at something, find something else. If you don't have support in one place, find people who will support you. Because I know a lot of trash rappers out here with cult followings. I know a lot of trash people out here business-wise that get business. So it's not the fact that they're not supporting you. It's the fact that you're depending on their support to get started. Also, and I'm gonna touch the part about you giving them and being there for them. That's a choice that you made that should not be held over anyone's head. When you're there for somebody and you want to be there for them for that. Don't be there for them to support you down the road.
Yeah.
Because that's toxic.
Yes, it is. Like, you should never be doing anything expecting something back. Like,
no, for real. Like, and I was taught that at a young age. Do not expect anything. That way you cannot be disappointed. If you launch a new business today and nobody comments, likes the status, buys anything, be okay with that.
I'm a perfect example of that. When I started YouTube, I had 3 subscribers. I can tell you, right, who was there, who understood it. But I'm not sitting here just fuck everybody that didn't support me then. You know what I mean? It's not, because you don't hold on to that. I saw it, and to be honest, I didn't expect people that I knew to be right there anyways with it. I was doing it in 2012, for crying out loud. No one understood it in the first place. You know what I mean? No one saw that bigger vision, but I did. So that was all that was important. So you see where I'm at now. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you shouldn't expect that from anybody or hold grudges or anything like that. But also, what I don't appreciate is the people that weren't there, saw me coming up, and now all of a sudden they're coming around. That's not that.
That's toxic too.
Between that. That's very toxic. Yeah.
That's toxic too. So those people turn around and didn't support you in the beginning, and they're showing up now. Great songwriter says, stop allowing people at your shows who didn't show up to rehearsal. Big Sean. If they weren't there for the grind, they don't deserve to be there to shine. Period. Right. And that's another one for you, Aish. Mark it down.
I feel like we're at 6. I feel like that's 6. Like that's 6.
No, but that's very true. Like, you know, you can see people who
you getting called out, and they saying you holding it in. Let it loose. I'm gonna give you your own screen because we get ready to close down in about 10 minutes.
It was just like the example was funny. And I was trying not to laugh and break because it was a serious discussion. It was serious. But I was about to start just busting out laughing. So I tried really hard to hold it in, but I couldn't.
We both knew. Yeah,
listen.
The example was funny. Too. Hilarious. Trash rappers and other businesses.
We've all been there. We've all done that. At the end of the day, we're not giving you information we might know. We're giving you information that we do know. And things that we don't know, we don't speak about. That way, you don't get any of this stuff mixed up. So if you are listening, and we're going to close this out real quick with how to avoid toxic relationships. Give these people some info on how they can skip the pitfalls of a toxic relationship. Not the red flags, because we went over those. Going into a relationship, what should you be on the lookout for so that you would know that you're not headed towards a toxic relationship?
You know, really for me, it's not about the other person. It's about yourself.
I was about to say that.
Once you like take a good look at yourself, because a lot of people are good at pointing out they was bad to me, they did this to me, they did that, they was toxic, da 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 da. What did you do? were you toxic? You know what I'm saying? Do you have things you could work on? So once you take a step back and a good look at yourself, like, okay, what can I improve on? What do I want? What do I need to, what type of light am I trying to shine? You know what I'm saying? Once you figure out who you are and what you need to work on, and you work on that, that's what you're going to attract. If you're mess, you're going to attract mess. So you can give out every tip and trick in the book, but if somebody is still all mess, that's what's going to happen. They're going to fall right back into that same trap because they're not good on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So it really starts with yourself. I encourage everybody to do self-reflection, self-check, whatever you need to do. And like sometimes bad situations happen to good people. I understand that. Again, there's, exception to every rule, but it really does start with you. What you put out is what you attract. So if you're putting out bullshit, pardon my language because I tried really hard not to swear today, but if that's what you're putting out,
you did, yeah.
Then that's what you're gonna
get. What you gonna tell us?
Okay. No, it's okay. Y'all got it for me. But if that's what you're putting out, then that's what you're gonna get back. You know what I'm saying? So my advice would just be, if you just got out of a situation that was toxic, or a situation that maybe wasn't even toxic, just not right for you, take some time to yourself. Analyze, okay, what is it that I'm actually looking for for myself as a single person? And what am I looking for going forward if I want to go into another relationship, or if I want to be chilling for a while? Because you can still emit good energy and good vibes and all that good shit by yourself. You don't need to have a significant other to do that, or be looking for one to do that. So how to avoid it, in my opinion, to sum it all up, is just start with yourself and check yourself first before you go on. Because, if you don't check yourself, you gonna be the toxic one. Really?
Britt.
Period.
Listen, you gotta put an exclamation point there, since you was out here preaching.
Yo, she was preaching.
I know a little something. I love something.
Yeah,
Sis,
she's preaching.
You are officially, you get your veteran badge on this show.
Yeah.
You legit could have single screened this thing out all the way to the end. Dead ass.
She hit it. We could have dropped the mic right there. But just to add on to what she was saying, the exception, right? Because I have seen many people, and I used to not believe this myself until I've physically seen it. Because I used to always laugh and say, like, oh, this person's in a toxic relationship. Well, they knew how that person was before they got with them. This is their fault. But now I have almost, I'm about to be 34 in December 20th. This is crazy. But with my
get you a Sagittarius, by the way. You want a peaceful relationship? Get you a Sag.
With age, though, I have seen that people truly do know how to act. And I have seen people get with people that I thought were excellent people, and then they completely just turned. You know what I mean? So I would say that in order for you to make sure that you stay away from toxicity is that you love yourself, like you were trying to say. Because even if you do end up getting locked down with someone who is a very toxic person, if you love yourself enough, you will recognize that they're toxic and you'll get out of it. You know what I mean? You won't allow it for too long, even if they played the mind trick with you. You're going to be like, yo, she wasn't like this before we got together, but I still love myself enough to be like, we can get out, peace, deuces. So, again, everything always revolves around you. And you got to love yourself before anything.
Listen, I totally agree with everything y'all said, and with people having to understand their toxicity level before entering a relationship. But also, there's a thing called being yourself that will keep you from any of those issues. If you have to take a part of yourself and set it aside, you're going in the wrong direction. If you got to be somebody else, you're going in the wrong direction. You're headed towards a toxic issue. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're dealing with something that people were dealing with when they were younger, you're headed in the wrong direction. In today's age, if you run into an issue when you're dating where you catch the person going through your phone, cut it off right there.
Sick.
If you run into an issue where somebody's putting hands on you, cut it off right there.
Again.
Because you're going to end up letting a gun fall off the counter. And we're going to be putting a mugshot up of you on fucking Love Lockdown.
And we don't want to do that.
In current
We really
events.
don't.
We don't. So giving you the correct info is what we do. But at the same time, taking that info and putting it to work also helps out. Stop being proud of being toxic, because that turns you into a 40-year-old lady with fucking cats. For real. And nobody's going to keep it real with you like I'm going to keep it real with you. That turns you into a 50-year-old dude offering pensions when you're walking in the fucking club.
Okay, what?
Stop being proud of being toxic.
Yeah. You have to be.
That don't leave you nowhere but alone. It's only so much jacking off you can do when you old. You want to be with somebody who can be there for you. So if that's your aim and that's your game, because some people might not be looking for that. You might not be ready. You might not be aiming for that. But at the same time, if you are, don't be toxic. Try your hardest not to be, because at the end of the day, it always comes back. If you toxic, you're going to force the other person to be toxic.
Yeah.
Just like Aisha said, if somebody's arguing and yelling, she's going to yell louder, because you've now triggered a toxic level in her that she cannot get rid of. And it has nothing to do with you. It has more to do with how she was brought up and her not backing down than the actual argument that you're having. And I'll give you guys an example before we get out of here. But if me and Britt get into an argument and it turns into smart assery and we think we're communicating, and now we having a battle of fucking wits, I'm out. Because it's never going to end.
Yeah, it's not.
Because when we walk into a room, we always think that we're the smartest person in the room. Yeah. So having a battle of wits with a person like that is not healthy.
Because we love ourselves.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to think.
I haven't met a person smarter than me yet. And if I do, I'll let you know.
Me neither. You know what I'm saying? So you can already see it's not going to work with us that way, because we both feel the same way, as we should. As we should.
As we should.
You know what I'm saying?
Where can we find you at? What are you doing these days in the pandemic? I know you're making some charcuterie boards. What's popping? Tell me about that food.
So I did shut my Etsy page down because it started to get too much. Like, I was getting orders and I was like losing sleep. But I'm still making diaper cakes.
Sis, are you scared of success?
No, I'm just busy.
Okay.
I'm just busy. I'm just real busy. And
so
I'll be honest,
more
like,
charcuterie boards at all?
No, I am still. I wish I could. If I could move my camera, I would show y'all. I have 2 diaper cakes sitting on my floor right now. Okay. So I'm still doing those. I still do charcuterie boards.
Say that again.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yes.
That sounds like
I'm such an uncultured swine. Yo, I didn't know how to say that either.
That sounds like something you call vagina.
Charcuterie.
That's what Larsa Pippen got.
She over there passing out that charcuterie. Okay, I ain't mad at Larsa. But yeah, I do those. I do hot chocolate boards. About to venture into dessert boards. What else do I do? I wrap gifts. Love to do that, actually. Like, love it. I bake. I bake, so I'm baking now. Most people in the nearby area are getting baked gifts for Christmas because it's a pandemic. You already fat.
Might as well.
Listen, and I'm gonna give y'all a personal reference. She's one of the best drink makers on this side of the town. Like, so if you ever need a drink, and she'll package it up nice for you and make sure that it's sanitized and everything. You can use gold straw. But if you ever need a quick drink, she got you. But what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we post all of that stuff on our Facebook page of how you can get a hold of her, how you can reach her, and how you can support. Hey, listen, if she was trash, I wouldn't have said nothing. If she was garbage, I wouldn't have said nothing.
I got to stop you real quick. How you can support, meaning for her business. Now, if you're going to try to get in her inbox because you're trying to holler, then she can also send you that cash out, because
please don't do that. Please don't do that.
We
It's
don't
the
have time
holidays.
for
That's
it.
not the energy I'm
Right
looking
now, we're
for.
talking about the business. So if you're trying to holler at her, that's something different.
Listen,
You can still get a hold, but we need you to cash out first because
Okay, what?
we don't have time.
since how much do we get 10% of that cash out?
Oh, if I get some money, I'll kick a little out to the slave.
She'll give you some attention. She'll give
I
you
need a
some
manager
attention.
fee. What you talking
Yeah.
about?
She'll give you some attention. See, this is what I'm good for right here. She'll give you attention if you send her that cash out. What's the cash out, sis?
It's the same as my Instagram name. $, always Miss D.
Always Miss.
Always Miss D. Okay.
And
All
I'll
right,
put it in the comments right now so y'all can see.
Put it all over. Okay, what?
If you want the time, you got to pay the dime.
Okay, come on.
Yo,
You got one. That was good. That was good.
Right?
For real, yo, make sure y'all support Aisha. She's doing big things out here, and she's changed the game up for the pandemic. She is originally by training a dance teacher, a college coach. She is not a
charcuterie
board maker by training, but she does her thing, and she does not put out garbage because she will call herself garbage before she lets anybody else do
I
that.
really will.
Yeah.
Even
though sometimes it's like jumping
sometimes
the gun,
it's a little
she
got to stop
it's borderlines like what are you talking about, but we'll work on that later.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Yes ma'am. As always, we had a great time. What episode will we have you on next? The world may never know, but we're definitely going to try to get you on here as much as we can this season 3. Love Lockdown. We love y'all.
Surprises. Valeria,
I'm full of surprises.
So you got more comments than me tonight. People talk, I agree with Aisha.
Okay, because what?
That's because they toxic.
Okay, no, because they feel me. They feel me. They don't hear me, but they feel me.
Yo, shout out to Bel Air, Mrs. Kisses. Listen, please pump those titties up by getting Mrs. Kisses.
All right.
Listen, we got 2 great pair on tonight. I love y'all. Britt, you did your thing as always. Aisha, you did your thing as always. We up out of here. Love y'all. Love Lockdown.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Bye.